Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. Adiatu here, Naturallyads on YouTube. So in today's video I'm planning for the week beginning November 2nd to the 8th using this kit from Simply MS called Ghost Host. It is based off of the Haunted Mansion. I'm using this foil from the Pink Diamond Planico and Lily Blossom Design. It's a mixture of like purple foil and teal foil and some hollow, so it's very holographic-y, and I had a very fun time doing my mixed metal moment. So as usual, I'm going to lay down the base and then I'll let you guys come back and listen to me through my day to day. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel before you leave and turn on the bell to be notified every single time I upload. I'm also using these headers from Rose Colored Days, the oil slick one, I think they're called. Yeah, so I'm gonna let you guys finish watching this. No, it's gunmetal, not oil slick. I'm gonna guys finish watching the setup and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so once again, I don't have my planner with me, so bear with me. I am just waiting for the camera to show me. But yeah, I pulled out my stickers as usual, and I am going to be reading off of my planner. So at the top, I used this appointment label and the stick with a blanket girl with the alarm clock to note that I was so tired this morning. I then used this quarter box, and in the quarter box, I used it's very wonky, and these underlays are from Pink Diamond Planner Co, so they're not as easy to lift stickers up from as the Rose Colored Days ones, so I did struggle. I then used this Miss Moss teacher sticker, which is quite big, so I had to cut it down so it would fit, to note that I got to work early. The work script is from one of the Pink Diamond Planner Co foil bundles. I then used this fancy label. And in the fancy label, I used a stick with a paper shire girl with a laptop to note that I was sorting out my lesson plans. I then used this appointment label and these headphone stickers from Goldman and Coco to note that it was Music Monday. I then used this quarter box and a stayed at home sticker from the Once More with Love to note that I went to my mum's house. I then used this fancy label and this Munchkin video call thing to note that I had one lecture, and then I used Coffee Monsters Co one at the bottom to note another one in a rounded off quarter box. I then used this little thing and a tie-dye girl from Fox and Cactus to note that I was having some technical difficulties, which was annoying me. Then used this appointment label and a Happy Mail sticker from Once More with Love to note Happy Mail. I am using half cut headers in some of them as there wasn't enough underlay, so the space was a bit of a work out, I would say. It took a lot of work, but it was beautiful, so I enjoyed it. I then used this third box and a sticker from the Coffee Monsters code to note that I was pulling stickers. I ended up just using the pull from the pull sticker script from Bella Pan Ella, just because it says stickers on it already. I then used a quarter box at the bottom, then probably a little thing or something like that in the middle. Let's see. No, a washi strip actually. On the washi strip, I used a Plan With Me sticker from Stick With the Plan Code to note I filmed the Plan With Me. Then on the bottom, I used a Miss Moss's cleaning girl to note that I cleaned up my room. On to Tuesday, at the top of Tuesday, I used what did I use? I used a quarter box, and in the quarter box I used a Simply a Mess girl in bed to note that I was super sleepy. And then I used a appointment label and a winter sticker from Whimsical Cat Studio to note that I was super cold. I used a pattern fancy label and a stick with a Simply a Mess girl with loads of paper to note that it was super productive at work. The work script is from Keepsakes by Ashley. I then used an appointment label and a sad Fox and Cactus girl to note that was in my feelings. I then used something. What would it be? I don't know. I then used a appointment label and a Fox and Cactus girl from the Halloween freebie to note that we made some Halloween art in club. And then I used this really nice coloured third box. Oh, I used the fancy label first because the colours were the same. And then I used this third box with the pretty colours on them under that, and a appointment label at the bottom. So in the appointment label, fancy label, I used this Netflix emoji with the Moesha script to note that I watched Moesha, and then I used this cookie sticker club girl doing braids to note I had a hair appointment. The hair appointment script is from Pink Diamond Planner Co, as well as the Moesha script. I then used this Munchkin with a knife and fork to note that I had a late dinner. On to Wednesday. I believe there is a day extender on Wednesday, but I could be wrong. No, there is a day extender, I was correct. So, in the day extender, hopefully I moved my camera up. Yes, well done, Adiati. At the top, I left it blank because I didn't know, because I put this base down before the week had happened, so I didn't know if I would need all the space or if I needed to put a half box there, which I did need all the space, so I'm putting in my half cut headers and headers as underlays again. So in that top bit, I use a fancy appointment label, that's it, a glittered one, and then I use this half box. Oh, my belly's rambling, sorry. And then I use another appointment label just at the bottom. Let's see what icons I use, because I don't remember. I use this car sticker to note that, my car was really icy that morning. And then I use this laying down girl from Paper and Thread to note that I had really low energy this day. And then at work, and then I used this icon of someone running to note that we did some sports in after school club. Sorry for being out of frame, but in the middle section at the top I used a quarter box and a emoji from Confidence Co in pain to note that I had really bad hand pain. Then used a half box and this stuck in traffic sticker from Paper and Thread. The sticker and the script is from the shop. And then I used another square of quarter box and a Simply MS Planner Girl to note that I had no school. I then used this half box, the floral one, and a Fox and Cactus cat FaceTime sticker and observation script from Bella Plan Ella to note I had my observation. I then used some of the half cut headers, I guess I would call them, or header overlays, whatever you prefer, because they are actually header overlays that I cut down. And I ended up stacking them up and using this to do or work script, I don't know, because there's no blank washi strips. And then I covered it with other bits of washi strips, I guess. And then on top of that I put something that I don't remember. Yeah, so I'm stacking up them so that is covered. And then I used this Chinese takeaway sticker from the Ginger Cat Co. Yes, the Ginger Cat Co, to note that me and my husband, we had like a little at-home date night. We had some Chinese takeaway and we just spent some time together, which we hadn't done the last couple of days because I had been coming back late from work and stuff and having hair appointments. Down to the bottom of that day, I used a glittered fancy label, and in that I used a okay, I put my boxes down first. Then I used a quarter box, another half cut header, and then at the bottom I used a fancy appointment label. Now in the fancy label I used the Netflix sticker from Stick with a Plan Code to note that we were binge watching Scorpion. Well, we had Netflix and Chill, so that's for Scorpion. The Netflix and Chill sticker is from the planner, Pink Diamond Planner Co foil kit. Then I have this couple sticker to note that I was chilling with my husband and we're just chilling together. Then I used this Nana sticker of her being tired to note that I fell asleep. I don't know when I fell asleep, I just remember waking up. But yeah, so I fell asleep, which I usually do. On to Thursday. At the top of Thursday, I used a washi strip and a Once More with Love planning time sticker to note that I was doing some memory planning in my planner in the morning. I just remember that I did that, but we gotta wait for me to actually do it. And then next, what did I use? Next I used a glittered appointment label and a YouTube sticker from Pink Diamond Planner Co to note I had a Plan With Me binge. The Plan With Me sticker is from Stella Bow Sticker Co. And then after that I used a squared off quarter box and a essential worker sticker from Fox and Cactus to know I went to work. The work script is from Keepsakes by Ashley. Then I used this little thing, and in the little thing I believe I used the Munchkin teaching sticker, like the Munchkin occupation stickers, the teaching one I think, yeah, to note that I was teaching reading that week. And then I used I'm using more of my half cut headers, but I then used a quarter box, and in the quarter box I used a Miss Moss Girl on a Laptop, and I used a meal plan sticker from I don't know what shop, to note that me and the kids were meal planning for the term what things we would make. I believe I have a half box extender here, and in that half box I used this Fox and Cactus Girl sticker and a grocery run sticker from the Pink Diamond Planico foil bundle, to note that I went to get some groceries. And then more of my half cut headers into the half box extender, and in the top of that, whenever I used this fancy label, and in the fancy label I used a I'm just putting some more of these. Yep. After that I used this square of quarter box. So in the fancy label I put a Munchkin with a knife and fork. In the quarter box I used Stick with a Panko Girl, to note that first I was eating some leftovers, and then I cooked some food for my husband, and then I used this round of quarter box, and in that I used a I think a couple sticker, but I'm not quite sure. I used a squared off box at the bottom as well, and then in that I used a Jalen Paper Co Girl, to note that I was putting stickers, and then I used a couple sticker to note that we were watching the Rap Game UK. Moving on to Friday. On the top of Friday I used a fancy label, and in the fancy label I used, oh I keep putting my stickers down so wonky, and then more of my half cut headers. So this bit didn't take long just because the half cut headers, so I'm not sure if I put the boxes down first and then put the icons or not. Yep, so I used this sticker from Fox and Cactus that looks happy, to note that it was Friday at last. I then used the pattern squared off quarter box and a which carrot sticker do I use? Let us. I used a paper and thread girl like in winter attire, to note that it was super cold still. I then used a squared off quarter box and a little thing. In the squared off quarter box I used a scribbler with a cup of coffee and a work script from the bundle, to note that I went to work. And then I used this texting sticker from Once More of Love, to note that I messaged my mum to see how she was. And then I used the squared off quarter box, and in the squared off quarter box I used something hair related. Yep, a Sugary Gal Shop Girl with a blow dry, to note that I was taking out my hair. And then used more of the half cut headers, and then under that I used a little thing, and in the little thing I used little thing. I used this folding laundry girl from Fox and Cactus, to note I was organising my clothes. And under that I used a squared off quarter box, and in that I used this foiled icon of a TV, to note that I had a Plan With Me binge while I was taking out my hair. Then I used a YouTube binge sticker from a freebie from a shop that I don't know. I then used a squared off quarter box under that, and a couple sticker in bed, to note that I was chilling with Faye and I was really tired after taking out my hair, so I didn't end up washing it because I finished quite late. So we're just chilling washing stuff as I fell asleep, as I always do. Moving on to Saturday. At the top of Saturday I used I used a squared off quarter box or third box maybe, and the sleeping girl from Stick with a Planko, to note that was up early. Then used a random quarter box and a at home girl from home Munchkin from Once More of Love, to note that I went to my mum's house. And then used a thin appointment label like this couple's coffee sticker from a Coffee Monsters Co. to note I had some tea, but I had tea twice, so that's why I used that, not because I had it with my husband. I then used a little thing and a YouTube sticker from Pink Diamond Planner Co. and a Plan With Me script to note that I had a Plan With Me binge while I was at home. Then used this half box that I cut down into a third box, obviously using my half cut headers, and then I used this planning girl from Fox and Cactus and the planning script from Planner Face to note that I was filming a planner with me. And then I'm going to be noting washing my hair. So I went home, I filmed all my plan with me's, and I waited so last minute to wash my hair. So then I think these are two stacked up like headers, with like word headers that I cut with the wash hair sticker from the Honey Bee shop to know I washed my hair. And then in between that, I think I'm going to use a stacked washi strip and a do laundry sticker from the same shop that I got the YouTube binge script from, but I don't know what the shop was called. I think it's something in San Diego, something like that. Then I used this little thing and a Simply a Mess girl, I believe. Yep, I covered the little thing. So I used this Simply a Mess girl to note that I was doing my hair. Then use this rounded off quarter box and a box with like love hearts to note that I got some happy mail from my mother-in-law, which I was not expecting. It was so cute. It was like a personalised hand sanitizer thing for my work lanyard, which was cute. Then I used a squared off third box, and in that I used I think I used a supernatural character. Yes, I did, but I don't remember which one I used. And then I used this glittered fancy label that I cut down. So I used my couple sticker to note that I was chilling with Faye when back home. Then I was going to use Castiel, but he wouldn't fit. But watching the episode, I was sad that I didn't use it because I planned this bit before I watched it. Because of what happened, it would have been better to use Castiel, but that doesn't matter. And I think this is their mum. I don't know I don't remember her name right now. Mary, that's it. To note that I watched Supernatural script is from the Pink Diamond Planner Co. into Saturday. It cut out, so I think I filmed this on another day. I used this two stacked up headers and a cozy up sticker from the Sugary Gal shop to note that I had a lazy day in bed. Finally, felt like I haven't had one of those in forever. And then I had a Plan With Me binge, so I used this squared off third box and a mermaid watching laptop sticker, I don't know where it's from, to note that Plan With Me. And then used a little thing to note me editing videos, to make me making breakfast. So I used this Jalen Panico sticker to note that I made some breakfast. I then used this washi strip and a Whimsical Cat Studio Girl to note that I was editing. Then use a squared off quarter box, and that's like from the bottom washi overlay page. I used that as more of my bougie to note that I was watching. No, that's Jalen Paper Girl with stickers to note that I was pulling more stickers. And then I used a pull sticker script from Bella Plan Ella to note that. And then I used a little thing, and in a little thing I used a scribbler in like watching something to note that I had another YouTube binge, but it was hair videos, not YouTube videos. I mean, not Plan With Me videos. And then I used another little thing and a stick with a Plan Go character, I think. Let's see. Use sticker plan code like cooking to note that me and baby cooked, and then I used a couple sticker to note that me from What's with Love to note that we were watching something. I don't remember what were we watching. Who knows? Then I use a squared off quart box and a Nana and a baby sticker to note that I FaceTime my nephew. I used this half box, which I don't know if I ended up using that actually. A half box that I cut down, maybe. So I used a little thing and then I cut down that half box and made it fit in that space. But I was using like half cut headers and stuff to kind of make it fit better. Because I needed to push it down a little bit lower. So yeah. What did I mark? Oh, I hate doing this without a plan, it's so stressful. So I used this planner piece sticker from the SBC 6-year bundle to note that I found my planner for next year. And then at the bottom I was going to mark something that I didn't want to show, so I didn't mark it. I didn't put the sticker down, but yeah, here's my little wiggle and here's what's left of the kit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment down below what you thought of this video, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye!